It is 8:58 p.m. I just wrapped up the other video on nothing is not connected to God, and I immediately pressed start on recording the next video. We are now on 285 west, not east. I'm getting close to the office with about 32 minutes to spare. Woohoo. Anyway, now, like I said, well, you might not have known, I'm going to work earlier because I'm going to be a part of this mentor event for the day where high schoolers come to our work, and we're going to, I think, teach them about financial literacy. Now, it's interesting. I'm going to open up here a bit. It's interesting that this mentor event is this week when I've been mentoring a kid for the last 3 years. I'm not going to say the name of the program, but through a mentoring program, there's been a kid that I've been mentoring for about 3 years now, and he's about to turn 15 this year. He's a teenager, he's getting cool. I met him when he was like 10, and we've decided to end the program. Yeah. So basically, I'll give you a little backstory. Met this kid through this program. I wanted to sign up because honestly, I just wanted to give back. I wanted to do something nice. Look for one of these programs. Got matched with this kid, and he's cool as hell. We both love sports. I don't know. We kind of, he's 14, so he likes to like roast and just like make fun of each other in a fun way. So we do that about like how he sucks at video games or how I suck at video games. We play each other. It's a good time. But last couple times we've hung out, we've tried to hang out. Like I'll text him, be like, "Hey man, ask your mom if you can hang out," and he says, "All right, I will," and then I never hear back. And that's happened 3 or 4 times now in the last 6 months. We hang out about maybe once a month, and I just get the vibe that he's not about it anymore. He's just getting too old. I mean, shoot, when I was 14, 15, I wouldn't want to be hanging out with an adult in my free time. I mean, I get it. And I get that feeling too because I've been around this kid long enough. I know when he's excited about something. Like if there's something that's cool or that he's into, like Pokemon, he gets so excited. He's like, "Yo," and he's all about it. He'll ask his mom, he's like, "Yo, please, please, please," or whatever the case is. Like a kid, he's into it. He's excited about things. And so I know when he doesn't ask his mom or I don't hear back from him that it's not as important to him anymore. And that's fine. That's completely fine. Now, some people may say, you should be talking to the mom or asking the mom. And I agree. I do text the mom often when I'm like setting up these hangouts. But at the same time, it's like he's 14, 15. He can ask his mom if he really wants to do something. He's not 8. He's not 7. And that's the other bit of contention I've had with this hanging out. It's just like, not only do I have to initiate and text and ask when we're going to hang out, then I pick the place. I pick the place, and then I go get him. Not once has the mom ever dropped him off to me. Not once in 3 years. And it's just like, I just feel like there's a little give and take, And then it's like, the last time, apparently, when I did say to him, "Hey, if you want to hang out, ask your mom, let me know, and then we can hang out this weekend." He said, "All right, cool." He did apparently ask his mom, because I texted her weeks later, or she texted me weeks later, and was like, "Yeah, he did tell me about it, that he asked you, but then I didn't, then I forgot about it." And it's just like, well, am I the one that's supposed to make sure that your son follows up and is a part of this program? I got to make sure that y'all remember so then I can know pick them up, and then it just feels like I'm doing most of it, you know? Yeah, it's just tough. And then the other part, it's like, to be honest, like, he does have trouble in school. He doesn't behave oftentimes. He talks back to the teacher sometimes, and he doesn't do his work a lot of the time. So I've heard. And the time I do get to spend with him, like once a month, I just feel like after a while, it's just like once a month for 3 hours, 4 hours is not gonna. It's it's not gonna make lasting change. It's not. It starts with the parents, and and I know it's like that's why they're in this is because they want that help and that mentorship. It's just like it's almost like I would have to be an extension of a parent, texting, following up every day to make lasting change on this kid, and it's just like if the mom isn't willing or doesn't even remember that she needs to follow up with her kid that her son's going to hang out with his mentor, it's like what else is she not following up on? His school, his grades, you know what I mean? Like it's just tough because I was invested. I did very much care about this kid's well-being. I wanted to see him do well. It was frustrating when you hear he's not doing good in school and the mom's like, "Hey, tell him to do good in school." And it's like, "Well, have you sat down with him and done stuff with him?" I remember I told her about ChatGPT and AI, and it's like if you don't know something in the school, you can have AI teach both of you and sit down with them, set the example. I don't know. I don't know everyone's life situation. I could very well be too hard on her, and I'm just frustrated. And that could totally just be this. I don't know. But it just feels like a program that if you want lasting change where the mentor is doing most of the catalyst for that change, you have to be really involved. And for a person who has their own life, it's very difficult to give fully to both. And that's also some resentment I have. It's just not being able to give as much as I would like to and to make that difference. Because, like I said, I feel like if you want to make that difference, you got to be in it. You got to be in it hardcore. But silver lining, or the positive aspect is I did have fun with them. It was a great experience. It was amazing. I mean, to be able to even just hang out with the kid, and I know he opened up to me many times about things that were going on in his life, and sixth and seventh and eighth grade. Um, so even if maybe I didn't have a lasting impact the way I would have wanted to, maybe I did a little bit. I don't know. I guess my hope is that maybe hopefully made him feel good for some of those moments. Um, yeah. The other funny thing is that I texted him yesterday and was like, "Hey man, I know we ended the program or whatever, but if you ever need anything, if you ever want to talk, if you need advice, if you want to hang out, hit me up, bro. I'm here for you, no matter what." And what's interesting is that he said, "Yeah, man, I had fun too. Can you hang out this weekend?" I'm like, "Wait, what?" I thought you didn't want to. I just don't know. I couldn't this week. I can't this weekend because we're having our friends come over to help paint the nursery and get the nursery together because we're expecting our first here in like 5 weeks. Yeah, just that makes me wonder even more. Is it does he not want to do it, or is his mom not happy with me not reaching out and just kind of taking charge and being even more involved and kind of just I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting thing to be a part of. It creates awkward social dynamics that need to be tended to with care. And I'd be lying to you if I said there wasn't some sense of relief from no longer being in the program, because there is a sense of pressure or guilt or antsiness when it's been a couple weeks and you haven't hung out. You know, you get busy in your own life and you're like, damn, I gotta hang out with my kid, not my my mentee. Yeah. All in all, I'm glad I did the experience. I think I would like to think I made at least a little bit of a positive impact on this young man's life, and I truly hope that we stay in touch, and then maybe we can hang out one of these weekends and I can talk to him and just kind of get an honest read from him if he's willing to tell me. That's the other thing, is that he's a nice kid, so he, of course, and as a kid, you don't want to say you don't want to do this program. He looks at me as an adult or a teacher, and we are buddies, so it's just kind of like he wouldn't want to say that he's outgrown it. He'd probably feel bad, or like he's hurting my feelings, or it's something he's not supposed to say or do. But of course he can, and maybe now that the program's over, he can, I don't know, be a little more open. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. With that said, getting close to work now to be part of this mentor event today. I'm excited to be part of. One day thing. I think it's important to try to give back a little bit. There's a lot of young people out there that are not guided the way they should be. Many, in fact. And you know a bad kid when you see one, and when they're acting up. And for me, never blame the kid. That's my thought. Never blame the kid, because they are not at fault. They are a product of their environment. And if you can be a positive influence in any kind of way to that person, you can make a world of difference. It's funny how I say that to you guys, but then when it comes to myself, the little bit of difference I may have had, I'm much more hard or critical of myself. But yeah, always good to volunteer, to give as much as you can when you can. Try not to be like me and put pressure on yourself if you do want to do mentor opportunities. That any kind of output you do is a positive thing and making a difference, and it's better than not doing anything at all, for sure. So I got to remind myself that too. Yeah, it's so easy to be critical on ourselves, so much easier to be difficult on ourselves, and then when you see it from a third person perspective, the mental emotional conditioning, the feelings and thoughts of what you've been looked at have been removed, and you can just see things clearly. And it's usually from that place that you're able to give yourself more compassion. But yeah, I see this video is coming towards an end. Yeah, that's really about it.